Still pulling faces. Good morning, friends. How are you today? Happy Tuesday. Hello. Today I am reading with the Ancient Egyptian Tarot by Clive Barrett. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Byru. Oh my goodness. Good morning, folks. Aw, how Bacchus. How was your weekend, you guys? Aw, you're so sweet. I'm just trying to get this list going real fast. So I've got Alyssa, Byru, Balkis. I'm just going to give it a moment because usually some other people come and I want to be able to get that list done so that I'm not interrupting anything. You guys, welcome. Hello. Oh, it feels like it has been forever. What a weekend. What a weekend. Happy new moon. I have a new moon spell up on my channel, putting it in the windowsill tonight and planting money to make it grow for you. So go and check it out. I think it's, aside from the vlogs, the last video I put up. But it is in the Simple Spells for the Home playlist. Let's see, what else? My uncle is a very fantastic man. He has been by my side forever and ever and ever, always right there. We get into trouble together. We have so much fun together. Like, he is my dude. And so this year, he wanted to send out some Christmas presents. He got hit by a drunk driver while he was at work driving taxi 2 years ago now. So he's still in recovery with his foot. And he's getting a little antsy. So this is what he does. He's like, Char, I'm giving you a Christmas present and I need you to pick a color. I'm like, okay. He's like, pick a color for JT. And I'm like, okay. Then he's like, well, what do you want to have it say on it? Do you want your YouTube name or do you want me to just put your name on it? And I'm like, Uncle, okay, hold on. So I talked to hubby about it. I'm like, well, what color do you want? And do you want your YouTube name on there or our real names? And he's like, yeah, let's go YouTube, right? So this is what my uncle sent me for Christmas. It says Shocks the Muse because that's my main channel. And it's this awesome thermal cup. I have a coffee in here and it's large so I can fit lots of tea in here and it stays hot forever. And he absolutely loved it. So he wanted to give one to us. So thank you, Uncle, for the awesome mug. It is the first thing I thought about was like, this is going to be stellar for reading mornings because it'll stay very hot. All right, let's get this started. I think I've got a good list going here. And I got to pick the color, and we didn't get to pick the color of the words. But, I mean, like, how awesome is that for my uncle to be so supportive of what I do on YouTube? Like, fantastic. Oh, and it shows up, too. Nice. Hubby picked a green one. He likes it's an olive green. It's really nice. So today is the first day I'm using it. Thank you, Uncle. Here we go. Good morning, folks. It is 6:24 here. I have until 7:55 because why do anything normal? Welcome to Manitoba, Canada. Hanging out in my room, my crafting room, the office room. All my crafts up there now that the Halloween stuff is gone. All right, so we've got a list going on here. I'm just checking the sideboards. You get these cards nice and shuffled up. Good morning, Ref. Nice of you to wake up. Was it the bing? Hashtag RevRoll. I saw your message last night as we were on our way to bed. I was like, we've got an hour. Tomorrow's the early day. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So here we are, shuffling the Egyptian deck, getting it all ready to go. Got some coffee going on. Got some friends in the room with us today. Good morning, Moon. It's a great avatar. All right. Alyssa, you're first up. Excuse me. Oh. Nope. Okay. So generally, like, we can go ahead and ask a question and try to find a specific answer, but these single card readings are way more fun if we just like let a card come up, and it'll probably pertain to your question that you have, because that's just the way they are. Sometimes these cards can be jerks. And if you're wanting to know about another person, they're going to be like, yeah, no, this is what you need to know about you. So if it doesn't make sense right away, it will probably make sense very shortly. Oh my goodness. I've been working on posture, right? Because I've got this, like, you know, leaning over and stuff, little sore neck. So I'm working on posture, and putting your head up started to make me sweat because I'm so used to being hunched over, like on the computer at the phone, that actually like sitting up is a different experience. All right, Alyssa, I've got a card for you coming up if you'd like. Hello in the Philippines. Good evening. I love how global our room is in the mornings. A really good opportunity to get to know people from all over the world, which is really freaking cool. All right, Alyssa, here we go. You thinking? Are you thinking? Are you thinking? Are you thinking? Woo! Did you actually have a question? So your first card up is the Sun card. Like, awesome, happy start of a new day. The thing that's really cool about this right now is that we are on the new moon. So like planting the seeds, getting ready for the sun to come and make it grow. And so be expecting some changes with the Magician, and watch out for some shady people. That was on the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely going to be some changes going on. Let me read to you out of the book what the Sun card says. Oh, this is exciting. I love doing this. This is my happy place. I thank you guys for letting me read for you. Okay, so here we go with the Sun card. So fantastic. Just hanging out, being free. Oh, a beautiful circle of colorful light there. And food. That almost looks like the Google symbol. This card signifies material happiness, a time of prosperity and good fortune. There is great joy and happiness, success in one's endeavors, achievement and recovery from past setbacks, good health, riches, and wealth, a clear perspective of one's life. So yay, what a great card to start off with. Huzzah. These cards really love you guys. They are just so receptive. And then with the Magician, it's about intellect and probing and examining the environment to its power to change and transform that environment if it's found wanting. So definitely change into the new things that are going to be coming as we plant our seeds for the new moon. The full moon comes, it comes to bloom, we fruit, right? And it's all about the cycle. So this is exciting. Good luck on the new adventure. What great cards to have right off the hop. That's so fantastic. Yay. I hope that resonates a little bit with you. Hello, Viru. Do you guys have any headache remedies, like natural stuff that you do for when you have a headache? Did a little stretching and meditation this morning. I got some caffeine in me. I got my vitamins in. I'll have a bite to eat in a little bit. All right. Baru, here we go for you. Hi. Is he thinking to make a move towards me? Can I hope? Or you don't want me? Well, let's see what a card has to say for you. Quite often, if we're talking about other people or asking about other people in tarot, the cards will turn around and say, well, I don't really want to talk about them, but this is something you need to do in order to make things happen a little bit more. So let's see what they have to say. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, pick you up a card here. Ooh, the Prince of Cups and the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So the Prince of Cups is moving towards the Ace of Wands, right? So it looks good. There is going to be some movement there. It looks like from a young man. And then the Ace of Wands is like fire, things happening, things starting. The aces are good for starts. Let me just read to you out of the book here, Prince of Cups, because this is a primary. Hey, Vera. The Prince of Cups right here. Is that coming in? The Prince represents a calm and impenetrable exterior to the world. Beneath, however, he is consumed with the most intense passions. He appears to be understanding and ready to accept the ideas of others, but secretly he works toward them to further his own ambitions. So yeah, watch out for a little bit of manipulation. His self-interest leads to apparent lack of conscience and eventually the distrust of others. He is ruthless and feels no responsibility for others. So this is an air card with the Chariot there. So rushing forward, right? Like the chariots behind the horses, they go fast. But the Ace of Wands is right underneath. So yeah, that goes with the fire, the fast, the swiftness of it all. I hope that makes some sense for you, Baru. So it is a yes. Yeah, there you go. So definitely, yeah, because like that is moving swiftly towards that, right? That is the direction of the chariot is going. So just be careful with that swiftness, that there's still reasons to trust there. Thank you for letting me read for you today. That's awesome. Ooh. Yeah, happy place for me to be. Story of the Tarot is really interesting. Just how it all kind of folds together and weaves itself into each and every card. All right, Vera, I've got you added. I have ball case right now on deck. On deck. It's so funny today. Ooh, end of 2019. I should do 2020 for the signs, I think. Maybe that'll be my weekend project. Starting next month, I will be taking slots for personal readings via email or YouTube video or whatever it is. Yeah. That would be more, because I try right now with these Tuesdays and Thursdays to just be straight on the cards and not get into too much detail, which is also why I read out of the book. Like all the authors and the artists, they work really hard to express their interpretations of the tarot. So yeah, that'd be a little bit more intricate and predictive, I think. I think it would be fun. Opening up a whole new world. And I think with all the YouTube shenanigans that's going on, I think we're okay to do this. Because I'm definitely not targeting children. All right. Vulcus, this is for you. He's coming to me from now to the end of 2019. It's so fast. It's coming up so fast. next. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Oh, this is awesome, you guys. I love these cards. You got the High Priestess, and then also on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Nine of Discs. The Nine of Pentacles is awesome. It's like, and these two cards together are, look, I just like, I'm not doing intuitive readings, but look at me. We've got the High Priestess sitting right here. And so she is a woman all on her own. Worked hard, studied hard, has had it hard. So lots of life lessons here. She sits there very proudly and very confidently with a good balance going on, right? On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Discs. This is a card about being self-made, about working hard, about doing your thing, right? So really, from what's coming to you from now to the end of the year, this is, I got goosebumps from this one. It's fantastic. You're going to have a smooth sailing. I'll just read to you what the High Priestess talks about. And then the Nine of Discs is just about, really, you have so much in front of you. So here we have the High Priestess. The card suggests that insight into problems produces a solution. Hidden knowledge, a chance for the better. The favorable influence of a woman. Intuition and psychic experiences. Purity, imagination, dreams, perhaps sometimes even nightmares. Hypnosis, spiritual rather than mundane interests. The High Priestess is the bride before the wedding. So like the things are laid out for you. You got the Nine of Discs on the bottom of the deck here, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Yay! I hope that resonates with you a little bit. Oh, great cards for the end of the year. I guess we're coming to the end of a decade. I've been blessed to be here for 4 of them, so it's pretty wild watching it happen. I remember 1999 literally like it was yesterday. That New Year's was crazy. It was crazy. All right, Rev, are you still here? Do you want a card today? Stoked. Oh, did I stall out? Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy to read you. I'm so happy that you came. That is awesome. At the end of the year, it's going to be an interesting one. I think, too, what we need to focus on coming into 2020, because a lot of people have gone through some changes, is just getting the old stuff cleaned up, getting ready for a new year, a new decade, a new thing to start, and going fresh, right? And if thinking forward to like New Year's resolutions and stuff, putting baby steps of plans into getting ready for that is going to start that habit earlier rather than having all that crushing pressure of like New Year's resolutions, because we don't need that. Yay! So I think like looking forward to the new year, things, just like thinking things that I want to work more on. I think I'm going to start implementing little habits to make it happen, so that come time for like the New Year's resolutions for the new decade, they'll already be in place. So those baby steps and being kind to yourself really help in the long run. All right, Rev, I'm going to pull you a card, because you may be doing a Rev roll right now. Because I woke up and I saw you. So hopefully you're having a nap. All right, here we go. Card for Rev. Darling, we're going to have to hang out one of these things. Got the Three of Swords. On the bottom of the deck is the Princess of Swords. But underneath that is the Three of Cups. So even though there's a little bit of like heartbreak, a little bit of deceit, a little bit of the Three of Swords as a photo of like a heart with 3 swords in it because of heartbreak. But a new thing is also healing, finding new ways to heal the heartache from the Princess of Swords to become the 3 of Cups. So about taking care of yourself. If it's not exactly the most ideal conditions right now, don't forget to take care of yourself. And then it'll work out. Oh yeah, we even have like the Prince of Discs here. Ace of Swords is new beginning. Coming into the Emperor. Coming into the King of Cups. It's all about you. All about you. All right. It's my coffee maker telling me it's been 2 hours. It's really nice. We have a thermal carafe, so it's not like a glass coffee pot that sits in there. Love it. We've had it forever, for many, many years anyway. And so the beep just tells us, hey, it's been 2 hours. It's not like the heat is on or anything, so there's no elements, which is good too. All right, Moon. Hello and welcome to the channel. I do have a card coming up for you. You guys, if the readings are resonating with you, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. YouTube loves that interaction. And yeah, it's awesome to see how many times the readings do actually resonate. Okay, Moon, are you still here? Am I still live? Are we still going? Sometimes my internet cuts out because it's a jerk. Oh, still have internet. Did you put a question in up here? I don't think so. Moon, are you out there? Let's have some coffee. What are you guys drinking? Water, coffee, tea? It's first thing in the morning for me. So I've got my coffee and I've got my water. Well, it's a fairly easy cup to drink out of. It doesn't have a closing lid though, so I spilled drooled on myself. I feel like we've stalled. Can somebody say something in the comments for me, please? Is this thing on? Are we working? Yay! Thank you. So I've got Moon and Vera on deck right now. Rev, I just did yours. Did you hear it? Thank you for being in my feed. Oops. Blocked my cards. All right, Moon, I'm going to do a card for you because I don't know where you went off to. Ooh, you went off to work. Huh. Ooh, the 9 of Wands. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. So we just had this one come up. All about the independent, starting off, balanced. Oh, yeah. All the good stuff. 9 of Wands. Here we go. Here we go. So, Moon, this is your card. The 9 of Wands indicates a change in stability and the strength required to successfully achieve and secure that change. Once established, overthrow is impossible. Opposition will always be defeated. A secure and safe position from which to make further advance. There are hidden resources upon which to draw. Preparation of defenses against a future attack. The lunar influence on this card indicates that the imagination also plays an important role, providing an insight into the ways of opposition. The imagination should not, however, be allowed to dwell unnecessarily on illusionary enemies. Awareness of the dangers of the world could lead to overprotection of dependents. So keep working, but don't be overly cautious. New ways of working may come to your into your frame of thinking. All right, I've got Vera on deck for a reading. Ooh, well, what's going on in your feed? That sucks. Well, I should tell JT to set up a live stream for you guys, because then that way you can hang out without any of the nasty. Aww, I got swarmed here once. That was fun. Troll with the best of them though, so I don't know. And I'm pretty lippy. Yeah. But yes, we need to figure out a time that we can all like hang out. It just sucks being in bed before sucks being in bed before like the rest of the world, but whatever. Good morning, Southern Summoners. Oh, that's all cool. Work on your stuff, man. You got some interesting stuff going on in your channel with the spirit hunting and spotting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so in my new assault spell in my house, it looks like there is an outline of a skull with its eyeballs in there, and I totally thought of you. I'll have to take a picture of it and shove it up on my Instagram. Send it to you in a message when I get to it. I'll try to remember later. So we'll hopefully have that. Okay, so I've got Vera and Southern Summoners up on deck for readings if you guys want. Fesso. Hello. I don't think it's actually from Egypt. I think somebody has taken on the theme of it. You know what I mean? It is so fantastic, though. I also have an Egyptian Lenormand deck that is fantastic with the imagery and the story with that. Oh, Rev. Brutal. So So yeah, I do love collecting the themed decks because like with the different interpretations from the artist and everything, they give a really good insight as to more of the story of the tarot. So if you want on the list, I definitely have some room here. Yay! Okay, Vera, I'm going to pull you a card. So I know you've been in and out here. Happy new moon. Welcome to all things, I was going to say paranormal. Vera, I've got the 10 of Wands have come up for you. Train. And then on the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. I love that card. I freaking love that card. So with the 10 of Wands, there's a lot going on. Making your way through a little bit of a fiery situation. I'll read to you from the book. La 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 la. 10 of Wands. This card indicates a state of overwhelming oppression, the taking on of more responsibilities than one is successfully able to cope with. There is an overbearing pressure from above, victimization and persecution, desire for release from the excessive burden of commitments. Resources are spread too extensively to be effective, and this leads to a loss of control. There is an urgent need for delegation. If this is not fully addressed, it will eventually lead to downfall. Whatever the cause may be, the card suggests a loss of control over one's life and surroundings. But do not despair, because the Wheel of Fortune is on the bottom of that, which means you can make the changes to change it. It's not definite. It's not set in stone. And underneath, we've got the Princess of Discs. So back in charge again. And I mean, that's part of life, right? Like we get that roller coaster that's like, it's good, it's okay, it's bad, it's okay, it's good, it's okay, it's bad, it's okay. And that is what life is. And a lot of times it's like, if you come across like a string of bad luck or whatever, instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Asking what the lesson is there quite often will change the situation a lot faster than dwelling in it. All right, Southern Summoners and Theso. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. I try. I'm sorry. Did you collect older used decks? Because sometimes they say bad spirits can be with them, and I know someone who has a few old decks that used to get used a lot, locked away in a shed. Oh, they can send them to me if they want. Yes, I do have older decks. Yes, I do have used decks. Yes, I buy my decks brand new for myself. Yes, I have been given decks. So there is a way to cleanse your decks and cleanse your cards so that those spirits or the energies of the previous reader can be banished away. When my mom passed away, I got all her magic stuff. So my Animal Wise deck is hers. I have a Fairy Oracle, and there's a couple of like affirmation decks and a few rune sets. So that I have that of hers, which I didn't cleanse because we share it all the time. So like that to me, like if I need something that's a little bit more powerful for me, I'll pull out her fairy deck and read for me. Where I have my own. I actually had my own fairy deck, and then I got her one, or we found her one. So I do have used decks that I use. And honestly, I don't let people touch those decks because I want that for me. My decks are a different story. I do have some that I'm like, oh yeah, here you go, play with it. And then I have some where I'm like, yeah, please don't touch these, but touch these instead. So really, it all depends. I have been given decks from friends whose mother had readings and stuff. So I've just cleansed those. Just a little like on my altar with my crystals, meshing them with my other decks. But I know the lady, so it's really not an invasion in that kind of space of mine. Whereas like if I got a used deck from somebody else, I would cleanse it with my crystals, spread it all out, cleanse that energy, depending on how I felt about it. So, I hope I hope that that answers your question. So yes, Southern, it is now your turn for a card. I haven't given you a card yet. Hello, Mimi. Hello, Guiella. Yay! I feel like I've been babbling this whole live stream. Hello, Zahira. Oh, so I just went off about my some of my tarot decks. You can pick that one up later. Plus, I use all my decks. Like, I'll do daily readings, and if I feel stuck on a deck for a while, I'll use that. Or if it's very insistent, because I just kind of have a square in my room, and I just kind of, this deck today. So, so if you're planning on using them for yourself, definitely cleanse them out. And, I mean, really, ultimately, it goes with your own instincts. So, all right, Southern Summoners, let's give you a card here. Ooh, this is kind of weird considering what we were just talking about. But hey, that's pretty awesome, yo. You're on an adventure. I'm just writing this down. Hold on. Because sometimes I touch them and they get out of order. Okay, so the first card we have here is the Four of Wands. Talking about planning, maybe seeing something a little bit from a different perspective of somebody else, or working as a team. Underneath that, we've got the Devil card, which is talking about temptations and distractions and losing the sight of your focus. Right underneath that, we've got the Fool on a Journey. This is the first card in the Major Arcana, which also is the Devil card. So watch out for those temptations. Major Arcana talks about stuff that we need to do for ourselves or that we are going within. So it could be like a spiritual journey that you're on. Talking about the Fool being on the start of a journey. And then finishing this off with the Three of Cups. Like that's harmony that's coming together. That's things working in your favor. So let's see what the book has to say about the Four of Wands. 6, 5, 4. Here we go. So here is the Four of Wands. No worries, Southern. I'll just read it and you can pick it up after. Good luck. I hate it when that happens. And hopefully my internet will stay. Okay, Four of Wands. Order, law, and government. Tact and gentleness are necessary to the success of one's work. Order, stability, and harmony. Perhaps in a domestic context. Completion of work following a period of lengthy labor. Conclusion and embellishing one's roots in a new place. Chariot still on the bottom of the deck there. A place of calmness and stability. This card combines the fiery forces of Aries with the femininity of Venus. So passion and creativity may also be evident. You shouldn't be doing this while driving. Oh no. So yeah, the Four of Wands is a completion card, a teamwork, a completion. The Devil, bound by one's physical desires, temptation. It's about temptation, right? So don't fall into temptation. There could be things. This could also, okay, here's a thought. This could also be like, because you have the Fool card right here, it could also be because It could also be because there could be like those thoughts, you know, like those thoughts of doubt or second guessing yourself in some way where completion, finishing that journey and starting off a new one. There's a lot of questions that come. There's the Fool card. A lot of questions that come. So don't listen to that negative voice if it comes into your brain. Push it out with positive thoughts. Like, what is it that we do? For every negative thought that comes into your head or self-doubt, banish it with 3. Okay. So yeah, here's the journey. There's a stage of completion here with the 4 of Wands. There's going to be some temptation, some hesitation. Don't fall for it. You're going to start something new. And it's going to be successful in a teamwork sort of situation. The 3 of Cups there. There's more than 2 people involved. So I hope. Seeing the Chariots right underneath that. We've got the Justice underneath that. Underneath that, we've got the King of Cups. Underneath that, we've got the King of Discs. Underneath that, we've got the World. So this story is unfolding right now. That's just like, I guess also because we're coming on to a year end too. And you are totally like starting up new things with your channel and everything. So don't give up. I know there's a lot of fuckery. I mean, there's a lot of crap going on with the YouTube and situations and everything. But not giving up and doing what we're doing is just kind of like those voices that come into our head. Should I keep doing this? Is this going to be something that I need to be doing? Is this going to be something that's going to get deleted from YouTube after all that? Valentine just set up a new Facebook group I have to go and click and be a part of. The thing about my Facebook is I have to be on my computer to do it. So it gets a little weird. So I hope that makes some sense for you, Southern Summoners. I appreciate you letting me read your cards. This is fantastic. And watching you grow and doing your discoveries, I think is just amazing. I've had a few people. Oh, yay. Thank you, Valentine. I've had a few people that I lost my train of thought. I dropped the card. I've had a few people that have pointed out like orbs and other faces and things in photos for me. So I really do appreciate that. All right. Hello, Christina. Did I miss anybody here? Positive for life. Hello. Well, you know, with the new COPA laws that we're all having to adhere to, I mean, it was just a matter of time before it became a licensed structured thing, right? I mean, we literally watched the internet develop into something that's so wild and crazy over the last 15 years, really publicly, right? So just crapping my pants a little bit about what they're deciding. It's still warm. Usually right now I'm complaining that my coffee is cold. Oh, no, it's good. It's good. Is this your first reading for real? That is so awesome. Thank you for letting me read for you. No, it's a good reading. It's just going to be a little bit of a heads up. So when you have a moment, maybe sit back and relax and go over that. Christina. Positive for life. All right. Oh, you guys are awesome. Okay, so I've got Fesso, Mimi, Guiela, Zahira, Christina, and Positive for Life. And I don't know if everybody's still here. And Violetan, you need to get put on there. Can I do this? Please don't seize my computer. I just tried to open that link in a new tab, and hopefully I will be able to get in there. Nice. Nice. Okay. So, okay, for people also who are looking into the business end of YouTube, this woman here, oh, no, stalling, has an amazing YouTube channel, and she talks about how to use YouTube for business. So I highly recommend checking her out. And hello, Mellow Yellow. And very, very insightful, very informative. Talks about SEO and description boxes and keywords and things like that. Just, she has an array of helpful videos. So I highly recommend her for anyone starting out, as well as joining into Valatan's group. That is stalling my computer. I will have to look into that later. Aw, thanks, Southern. You're amazing. You have a good day. Yeah, all the big lingo is like broken down there also. And I tell you, she gives you information that you're sitting there and you're like, oh, it's not making sense, but it will. Vera, hi. I did your reading. You are going to have to, oh, got the hair. Back up a little bit in the video. I did pull you some cards. You got the 10 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. And I just did a really quick description there for you. Okay, Fesso, this is for you. Hello, Amelia. We are, my pleasure. I figured you'd be in and out. I know we've had this before, so just like, I think it stalled on my end or something, and everything kind of went really quiet for a few minutes. My pleasure. It's my happy place to be here reading for you guys. So, Fesso, this is for you. Ooh. Got some stuff going on. Oh, but it'll work out. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Swords here, which is kind of like feeling like a setback. Like this team here needs to get across to over there, but there's kind of a few little obstacles in the way. So needing to find a little bit of power to be able to cross that little gathering, the gap there with the people, excuse me, and make it more of a baby step rather than a giant leap. And then we've got the 8 of Discs. So that's a mastery thing where it's like you've worked on your craft, you've worked on your skills, and you have, you know, like become a master of it. So let's just have a look and see what the book says about the 8 of Swords. Southern, it was your turn. You're good. So Fesso, this is you. Hey, blue thing. The 8 of Swords, I'm just going to read for you here. And hopefully it'll resonate. Like, give a little bit of an insight. Desire is repeatedly obstructed by accidental interference, a difficult and apparently inescapable position, a dead end with no clear way ahead. The problem faced here, although apparently insurmountable, does have a solution, which once found will throw a new light on the situation. The card suggests that self-imprisonment, once realized for what it is, may be readily escaped. There is an option available which may not be immediately obvious. This leads to the idea that one should recognize the extent of one's ignorance. So yeah, just finding a little bit of power, which is knowledge, into the situation and honing in on that knowledge will help make this Eight of Swords not be so daunting. Ooh, what did I miss? All right, so I hope that makes some sense for you. I thank you for letting me read for you. Good morning, Shanice. Ooh. All right, Mimi, Guiella, and Zahira, are you guys all here? It's in my future. So if you guys are finding that you if you're finding that you're resonating with any of this stuff, a lot of us go through a lot of the same stuff, like a lot of the same ideas of like challenges or timing sort of thing. So if it is resonating with you, that's awesome. My pleasure. Thank you so much. All right, Rev, thank you so much. I will be home this afternoon. I've got 2 places to do today. Go and get some sleep. Mwah. Take it easy. And thank you. All right, Guiella, Mimi, Zahara. Guiella, I see you. Let's get this. Ooh, I've got like half an hour left, you guys. This time has gone by so fast. Guiella, what's going on? Okay, we got the 4 of Pentacles here for you. So traditionally, this is a picture of a man holding onto all this gold that he has too tightly. And I can like tip card over and make him empty his pockets. But here he's looking at a kingdom that he's worked on. There's huts, there's animals, there's people, everybody's happy. King of Swords rushing right into that next adventure. Ooh, Thesso. Yeah. There will be a solution. Just take a moment to think about it and it'll come to you. And it may not be a traditional solution to the situation. It could be something that little baby steps are need to be made of. I'm glad it resonated with you. And please, yes, there will be a solution. It just may take some time to get there or an alternative way of looking at it. All right. Guiella, we've got the 4 of discs. So let me just read to you what is going on here out of the book. Did we have a question? So I feel like this goes to something. There it is. Oh, as for which month? I don't have a which month here, but let's see what the 4 of discs. What's 4? What's in 4? 4 weeks is the end of December. 4 months is just next year. 4 of Pentacles. See, and the thing too, right, is that it's rushing to that. So let's just see what we've got going on here. 4 of discs. The power of this card is used in a benign and positive way. It is the power of the responsible ruler or the caring father. Strength is realized by planning for the future. Planning confers stability and the reassurance of security in one's future life. Financial problems are overcome before they arise. Pensions, insurance, and investments are suggested. Also, money gained from gifts or legacies. Building for the future. There is, however, an element of isolation associated with this card. All right, Guiella, I hope that makes some sense for you. So while it doesn't have a when, it has an if. That's available there. Woo! Zahira, Christine, and Positive for Life. I'm just reading back in comments. Southern, if you come back on here when you have a minute, like at your computer or phone or whatever, you should be able to click the link that Valatan put in. Buffering, you're from Italy. Hello. That's okay. I did read it out of the book for you. All right, Zahira, Christine. My pleasure, Guela. Thank you for letting me read for you. Woo! Positive for Life. I see you there. Why are these cards doing this? It is an honor and a pleasure to have you guys here to read for you. I love doing this. It's my happy place. I love being able to share this with you. I love that it resonates. Like, these cards just love you guys. Christina, hi. All right. This card will be for you. I know it's busy out there in YouTube land. Waiting is hard, so it happens. Ah! Oh. All right, Christina, here we go. Ooh. Oh, are you starting a new adventure? Are you starting something new? Are you up in the air about what to do next? I sound like an infomercial. Then the Wheel of Fortune might be for you. Woo! That's really cool because on the bottom of the deck is Ace of Swords. So things coming up, aces. Underneath that is the Sun. So success, sun shining. Hanged Man is going to change your perspective on things. But yeah, the Wheel of Fortune card came up as your card today, which is really exciting. This is one of my favorites. So look at how the wheel just keeps on turning, right? It's like the wheel of the year also. Everything has a season and a reason. So even if it's, okay, that makes sense. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So definitely Wheel of Fortune is changing for you, okay? The Ace of Swords talks about air, communication, and the swords cut through a lot of crap. So thinking about starting off fresh, the aces, especially after the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is number 10, right? So 1 + 0 = 1. The Ace of Swords is 1. So that is you. That is you. We've got the Sun that has come up, which is a shining light on the situation. And the Hanged Man is about perspective. So you may learn a new perspective. But let me read to you the Wheel of Fortune here. And while it looks bleak and it really sucks sometimes at this stage, it could be for the better. And I know it effing sucks when people say that to you and you're like, I don't want to hear that. So the Wheel of Fortune tells of changes for the better, motion and improvement. Good fortune and prosperity are indicated, perhaps starting a new cycle of events. Overall, the unfolding future looks good. There are, however, fluctuations of fortune, and one must be aware that fortune can fall as well as rise. An overwhelming feeling of destiny, mindlessly following the latest trend, carrying along by the crowd in a cycle, because things do need to change. There is a strong sense of continuity, and the circumstances of the present are built upon the foundation of the deeds of the past. An understanding of history may help make sense of the present, and this card of evolution and transience. I'm going to read to you the Ace of Swords too, because putting this into some perspective too. The root and powers of air. Swords also represent birds and birds in flight, and they migrate and things change for them, right? So here we are with triumph, victory, and success, justice and authority, strength and adversity. The powers of the intellect will succeed against all opposition. The start of a process which will prove unstoppable. Change born of necessity and freedom from constraint. So I think what the cards are telling you is just keep on keeping on. You do have some changes in your future, and it will be okay. Like when things come up aces, like that phrase, right? Everything's coming up aces. Everything's coming up good. So there will be a little bit of a dark time, and we're in the new moon right now. So you can plant what you want to achieve for the full moon coming up. You can make that conscious decision. You can make that conscious decision to make that change and allow that flow and ebb of emotions to happen and to release what doesn't serve you and to bring on that new perspective going on. Birds. Your neighbor's chicken? I have chickens too, but they don't get out and visit my neighbors. Yeah, there may be some growing that he or you need to do before that can happen. And it really sucks. I'm really sorry that you're in this kind of position. But, you know, like with the cards and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace there is going to be some changes and it will come out victorious in the end. Whether that victorious means you're with him or whether that victorious means that you are on your own and independent. There are 6 chickens. Maybe have a talk with the chicken and see what's going on. Oh, Christine, thank you for letting me read for you. It is an honor and a pleasure. I hope you enjoy those chickens. That's awesome. Okay, Mimi, here is your card. Mimi, you've got the Sun. So this, you know, when we get Major Arcana, that talks about stuff that we need to do within ourselves. So let's just see what the Sun card has. Ooh, thank you, Christina. It is an honor to read for you. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would love to read for you again another time. Okay, the Sun. This card signifies material happiness, a time of prosperity, and good fortune. There is a great joy and happiness, success in one's endeavor, achievement, and recovery from past setbacks. Good health, riches, and wealth. A clear perspective of one's life. So, Mimi, that's for you with the 4 of Swords on the bottom of it. And there's 4 men pictured here, and they're having a conversation, a strategic conversation. And each one has its sword right behind its back. So there's a little bit of defense still kind of going on there. There's ready for communication because swords are communication, but the defense is right there. They can just reach behind, boom, they've got their sword if they need it. They're prepared. So there you go, Mimi. I hope that resonates with you a little bit. I would say he may try contacting you, but be a little bit cautious as to why. Ooh, Southern, I have all the live streams of all the readings I've done are in a playlist on my channel. So yeah, it'll definitely be up for you to have a look at again and again. And if you guys have any questions, throw them in the comment section of the video because that way I get notifications and I'll be able to respond to you. Todd, hey. Todd has the 9 of Swords. So Todd's world is a little bit, I think the 9 of Swords goes a little bit deeper than Todd. But yeah, definitely in a dark zone right now where Todd's probably gone through a couple of his lives with just a couple of those 9 left. Okay, Zahira, positive for life. Violeton! But yeah, they're all in a playlist. So if you guys have your readings done, I do leave them on my channel. I just don't know where they go, I don't think. I thought I had a playlist set up for them, and I do. Called live readings, I think. All right. Positive for life, Zahira, Violeton. I got positive for life in here. Oh, the chickens. I always respond. This is my small channel. It's my more active channel right now because I'm not really quite sure what I'm doing with my other one. But all my links for all my socials are in the description below. By all means, I love hooking up with you guys and chatting. Jamari, hello. Oh, these Egyptian cards keep jumping, and I've got a gob of hair on the floor for some reason. All right, positive for life. This card is for you. And then also vlogging every day. I do gratitude vlog every single day. It's a little moment of happiness, finding ways to be grateful, living in gratitude because it makes life better. Positive for life. This is for you. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, you guys, these cards today. I'm like, 1 card. And then they're like, no, sorry, you got to tell the story. So I'm just writing this down. All right, so the first card that came up for you is the High Priestess. Right underneath that on the bottom of the deck is the 2 of Cups. So definitely coming into your own, and there's going to be a joining, a partnership of some kind. We've got the Sun, so like that's a fresh new day. And then we've got the Strength card, which is going to have some trying situations, then which is going to change. The 6 of Discs, which is successful, balance. There we go. So I will read to you what the High Priestess has to say today. Absolutely fantastic. This card suggests insights into problems produces a solution. It's got a big scroll on her lap there. Do you see that? Hidden knowledge, a chance for the better, a change for the better. The favorable influence of a woman. Intuition and psychic experiences, purity, imagination, dreams, and perhaps even some nightmares. Hypnosis, spiritual rather than mundane interests. The High Priestess is the bride before the wedding. The 2 of Cups talks about it could be with a lover or it could be with a partnership. It's a partnership of all kinds, either in business or personal areas. Love and emotional relationships are well aspected, possibly a marriage. So having that bride before the marriage and then having the 2 of Cups right here, it could be with a lover situation. With the Sun, that could be something new is blooming, something new is rising, right? It suggests cooperation, people or groups working together towards a common end, a harmonious meeting, agreement, understanding, social union, a happy atmosphere, or friendship in general. So it could be. It most definitely could be. That was awesome. Like, these are being so narrative, I guess I want to say. The story that they're telling today is pretty amazing. So I am looking forward to hear how this works out, whether it be going on a date or finding, talking business with somebody new. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. That's awesome. Kyla, hi, there's a list. So right now I've got Violetan, Mellow Yellow, and Amelia up on deck. Jamari, yes, I thought I had you here. Yeah, I've got you at number 19. And then Kyla. Woo, good morning. Okay, Violetan, darling, I'm going to pull you a card. You guys should go and check out her channel too, because she does live readings also. I just need to get my butt together to get over there in time when I'm not at work. Okay, where are we at? Violetan. This one is for you. Also, if you guys, YouTube, she has set up a YouTube page or a Facebook page for new YouTubers. There is a link in the live chat. Aw, Kyla, thank you. Oh my goodness. There's a big blue super chat bar going on there. That is so incredibly sweet of you. Thank you so much. All right, Violetan, I have the Emperor card up here for you. Sitting there on the throne, balanced, in charge, knowledgeable, business sense, right? On the bottom end of the deck, I've got the Nine of Cups. Underneath that, I've got the Empress. And then underneath that, I've got the Ace of Cups. So Violetan, what a lovely reading going on. Absolutely fantastic. We have the Emperor, then the Empress. Given the fact that we've got the Emperor and the Empress around the Nine of Cups, I'm just going to pull the book about the Nine of Cups because there's obviously a male and a female influence that's happening over that. Which is how a lot of the readings have been going lately. The Emperor is looking away from the Nine of Cups, where the Empress is looking right dead on. So the Nine, this is card of happiness and contentment in the area of family, perhaps a joyful gathering. Worries are now in the past, looking forward to a bright future and general optimism and peace of mind. The generosity and hospitality of friends, a time for helping others. In this card, there is an appreciation of the simple pleasures of life, security, and a sense of satisfaction with one's achievements in life. Time for well-earned rest following a period of toil. So I'm just going to say, yeah, like this is because of the work that you're doing with your channels, with your business that way, and your readings. And the influencing Emperor and the Empress kind of on the outsides of that. Coming up aces, nice and flowing with that Ace of Cups. Oh, what a great reading. So there you go, Violetan. That one is for you. Thank you for letting me pull your cards. I've got Mellow Yellow up next. Thank you. Kyla, I don't know how to pin your super chat there. I'd love to pin that to the top. I got to figure that out. This is all so new to me. Woo, thank you, thank you. Hello, Frost Winters. Hello, Cynthia. Let's get this going. I've got Mellow Yellow, Amelia, Shanice, Nicolina, Jamari, Kyla, Frost Winters, Cynthia. Woo! Mellow Yellow gets a card. All right, here we go. Speed reading. Four of Wands for Mellow Yellow. They've been coming up today. And on the bottom of the deck, the King of Cups. And then the Queen of Swords. Ooh. Do, 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 do. So the Four of Wands. Order, law, and government. Tact and gentleness are necessary to the success of one's work. Order, stability, and harmony, perhaps in a domestic context. Completion of work following a period of lengthy labor. Conclusion, establishing one's roots in a new place, a place of calmness and stability. The card combines fiery forces of Aries with the femininity of Venus. So passion and creativity may also be evident. And then Mellow Yellow, King of Cups, just coming right on top of that. So it's looking good, looking good. Seville, I will add you to the list. I will do my best to get to you. Okay, I've got Amelia, Shanice, Nicolina, and Jamari. Can I pin it that way? It's my learning phase. Can I do this? Nope. Okay. All right. So Amelia, Shanice, Nicolina, Jamari. No. Sometimes I lag, so that's why I give it a minute to Kyla, you're right after that group. You are on the list. Here's my list, you guys. I do write it down. All right, Kyla, let's do you because I don't have anybody else speaking up right now. It is your turn. Yay! And thank you again for that super chat. That is amazing. I'm so grateful for that. Might have to talk about that in my vlog today. Okay, so, woo! I think I've done more crunches picking up these cards off the floor today than I have actually been shuffling them. So they are very excited to serve you. All right. Come on, you guys. Let's do this. Pep talking my tarot cards. All right. So sometimes with these things, the cards you'll have a question and the cards will be like, oh, wait, let's talk about this because there's a squirrel. So let's see what the cards have to say for you, Kyla. Which is Greg's best friend, Luther. Think about me being with Greg. It's kind of funny in relationships. Best friends either get along or they either get along or they don't. And honestly, I don't know. I wouldn't worry about it. Oh, wait. Excuse me. Sometimes when I get really excited with the cards, my nose starts running. It's like the most embarrassing thing. But I guess it's my thing. Hello, Mar. So we are going to pull Kyla a card here today. So here we go. Here we go. Oh, daybreak out there. The King of Discs. Definitely talking about him. Underneath that, we've got the Hanged Man. Ooh. So there's a perspective there. Oh, and the Six of Wands. A little standoffish towards you. Ooh. Okay, so we're asking about him and how his best friend feels about you. So the way the story is going down here right now. So we've got the King of Wands. You're asking about him and his best friend. His best friend's perspective, Hanged Man, is about perspective, is about the Six of Wands. So this is the card I'm going to read out of the book for you, because underneath that we have the Empress card. So obviously the King, the Empress, we're talking about the male and the female here. The perspective is going to be the Six of Wands. Let's have a look at this. It's just like the storyline that has been falling out of these cards today is just crazy. Six of Wands. Here's the energy of the previous card. Here, the energy of the previous card has now achieved a balance. Okay, the Hanged Man is balancing there. So it's a perspective thing, a balance in perspective. So if it's still kind of new, the best friend could be feeling like you're a little bit of a threat. You're going to take away his time. You're going to take away that romance. You're going to totally F things up, because that's how best friends think of girlfriends. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going off. Good news or gifts are suggested. Wishes will be fulfilled. Where the previous card used force to achieve his desires, here diplomacy will prove to be more effective. A card of optimism and confidence. There is, however, a danger in that this may give way to arrogance. The combination of Leo and Jupiter gives this card a high degree of humanism. Lots of people. Artistic creativeness and self-expression are well aspected. Inspiration is in full flow. So I think with a little bit of perspective, getting used to you being around, he'll be okay with it. But it's just learning to adapt to that. So yeah, like the Six of Wands says, it's good things. And it's just perspective, right? The Hanged Man is not forceful, like in that sort of way. Yeah, good news or gifts. Wishes fulfilled. And there's a danger this may give way to arrogance. So there could be a little bit of arrogance on your part or on his part when it comes to that person that you guys share. Oh, well, I don't see anything going on here. And like I said, with the way this goes, you've got because you're asking about him and you, right? So you've got the King there, followed by the Hanged Man, which is perspective, followed by the Six of Wands, which is good things happening, followed by the Empress. So the story between him and her are what's going on in there. I think it's fine. I think there's going to be, like, I think it'll be fine. If you guys are getting along and he's been nice to you, go with it. Ultimately, you need to go, Kyla, with your gut feeling. But the storyline that the cards laid out today for you is pretty good. I've got Frost Winters, Cynthia Sevele. I do believe guys need guy friends. You got to have the bromance, and that's fine too. Everybody needs to have that friend that they can count on, and it's just awesome. Thank you, Kyla, so much, and thank you again for that super chat. That was crazy. Ultimately, your reality is your reality, and you are going to oh my gosh, Genesis, thank you. You are going to have to use your own personal judgment, just because, the cards can say what they want. A reader can tell you what they want to say. But ultimately, what's going on in your reality is the way that you need to interpret that. Oh my goodness, you guys. That is a huge super chat. Holy smokes. Thank you, Genesis. Oh my gosh. Genesis is going to be my last person today. I do have Cynthia, Seville, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Genesis. And Genesis, you're going to be my last question today. Thank you so much for the super chats, you guys. I really, really appreciate that. This channel is very newly monetized, so I still need to learn about that where I can, like I would love to have the super chats up at the top of the live chat so that I can display them. It looks like that timer is running out. Oh my goodness. That is so generous of you guys. Thank you. Hi, Kiss. How are you? Okay, Frost Winters, Cynthia, Seville, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Genesis. Frost Winters, we're here. Kiss, I'm sorry, I'm just coming to the end of the live stream today. So I will try, but no promises for you, okay, hun? Frost Winters, I know you are here. Seriously, Genesis, oh my goodness. Thank you, Genesis. Holy smokes. That's crazy. Wow, I am so touched. I'm like shocked. All right, Frost Winters, this is for you. Yeah, the stories that they're telling today are absolutely fantastic. So the cards that came out for you are Strength, the Star, and the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords came up where we were talking about the people in the group there. Let's have a look at the Strength card. Because usually when we get like a major arcana, it talks about things that we need to do with ourselves. And this is number 8. 4 is half of 8. 10, 15, 16, 17. 7 plus 1 is 8. There's 8s. There's movements. There's movements going on for you, Frost. So this card suggests control of passion and emotions, the suppression of undesirable thoughts and actions. It is self-discipline, the combined power of courage and strength in overcoming difficulties. This card indicates reaching a maturity, and it brings the end of rashness of youth, perhaps initiation or a trial by fire. Gentleness, quietness, and the severity of the beast, coming to terms with one's instinctive urges. The subjugulation of the lion stands for the control of the passions, pride, ignorance, and base instincts in general. It is discipline. Reconciliation with an enemy, either internally or perhaps regarding one's baser instincts, the gain of moral control, or externally with human enemies. This reconciliation may take the form of reading in an agreement, overcoming strife, or it may imply the acceptance of the state of things as they are. This brings forth concepts of diplomacy or patience and endurance. There is also a suggestion that the enemy within could be pacified before attempting to tackle the enemy without. So on the flip end of that, there's a lot of 8s. 8s are movement. That's the infinity symbol. So there's going to be a lot of movement going on for you right now. The star suggests the idea of hope. Even though there may be some conflict, there will be some good ground gained. This is like, it suggests the calm after the storm too. There is fresh and cleansed from the burden of the past. So you are going to have a little bit of a movement going on here. Something is definitely going to change. Be strong through it. Don't waver. Be like with your dreams and going forth with what your dreams are. Okay, so I hope that makes some sense for you. That was for Frost Winters. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are next. Or wait, Cynthia, Seville, 1, 2, 3, 4, Genesis. Well, the journey is here. Yes, I know, right? Like, the funny thing with tarot is like, you'd be like, oh, can I have a question? It's like, yes, there's your answer. Oh, I'm glad it does. And remember, that star card is hope. So just keep working at it. It'll happen. It'll happen. It's my pleasure to read for you guys. This is my happy, happy place. I freaking love doing this. Tuesdays and Thursdays, my live time with you guys in the morning is just so refreshing. All right, Cynthia, Sevele, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Genesis. You guys here? Who's reading this? Is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be for you. Jeepers. Ooh, and then I got to go and do my vlog and my chicken chores. Go and let the girls out. They like to peck at the snow. It's so funny. Ah! Ooh. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quite often when we're talking with tarot, they're not going to tell us what the other person is up to. They're going to be like, this is what we need to do for ourselves. So I will do my best to interpret that for you. Feels like my heat hasn't come on in a while. Woo! All right, here we go. Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said, sometimes when we're talking to tarot about other people, it's just like, I don't want to talk about them. So what came up is the 7 of discs. Somebody feeling a little lonely, feeling empty, having those discs that have been turned over or broken, maybe bent. There's a desert there. It's definitely dry. There used to be water there. And then underneath that, we've got the 5 of discs, which is heartbreak. Things have spilt out. Things are dry. There's not a lot of water to nourish that life. But underneath that is the Empress. So coming onto your own and being strong and sturdy in yourself. Nice. So let's talk about the 7 of discs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's my heat. Yay, thank you. This is a warning of imminent loss or disappointment. Plans and effort made in the past come to nothing. There's a suggestion of a project or action which started well but was not carried through to its natural conclusion. Overcaution may be a major restricting factor. And then the 5 of discs too came up. Anxieties about money, possibly due to a loss of income or status. There is a threat of insecurity. Financial troubles are not, however, insurmountable, but they do require care and thought to resolve. One should be aware of missing opportunities as they arise or overlooking chances that may be available. There is an intimidation of labor and toil, either as a present or to come. One's resources may be overextended. Survival is possible despite the time of hardship, and the troubles are on the material plane. We'll see you later, the Aries. Thanks for joining us, Frost Winters. I will see you next time. It's always a pleasure having you guys. And on that aspect of it, the Empress is a motherly figure providing maternal care, domestic stability, and happiness. So through this time of trial, think about how you need to mother yourself, making sure that you're taking care of yourself, of self-care. So I hope that makes some sense for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got Genesis next. And then I think that is going to be the end of our day today. All right, you guys. I appreciate you letting me read for you. This is totally my happy spot. I love being here. I love being the messenger for the tarot cards. You guys are fantastic. I mean, the cards love you. My pleasure. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got this. You can do it. Happy Tuesday. Large and in charge. All right, Genesis Chicas, this is for you. You are the last reading today. I thank you for your 2 $5 super chats. That is so beyond generous. I really appreciate that. I'm very grateful for that. And it's giving me some inspiration that I need to really learn about so I can keep them posted up there and be like, woo, thank you, Genesis. All right, darling, let's give you a card here today. Whether you've got a specific question, let me just scroll up. And then I'll have enough time to do my chicken chores and get the vlog done. Good morning, Earfront. I am just doing my last reading today for Genesis. We're just coming to the end of it, darling. But then it's vlog time and chickens before work. All right, Genesis Chicas, this is for you. Let's have a look at what's going on. Ooh. Well, on the flip card for you today is the Prince of Swords. So something rushing in your general direction that you may actually want to be a little bit aware of. A struggle there with that 7 of Wands. But not to worry, because on the flip end of that, we've got the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Discs. So things work out in the end. Underneath that, we've got the 6 of Wands. Underneath that is the Princess of Wands. Underneath that is the Death card, which is change. Underneath that is the 4 of Wands, which has made its face in our readings several times today. All right, Genesis. So let's have a look at, see what the Prince of Swords has to say about the start of this pile here. Your friend, you missed my new mug. All right. Excuse me. Prince of Swords. So here we go, Genesis. The Prince of Swords for you. Element of air and chariots of the winds. The Prince of Swords is the most intellectual of the court cards. His mind is the strongest weapon. However, he lacks the ability to make practical use of his skills. Thought without action, all things are rationalized into unreality. They become merely conceptual reflections of the actuality. His mind is always full of ideas, and he's completely intoxicated by the joy of creative thoughts, overriding any desire to act. Once fully worked through, the idea has no further use or interest to him, and to others he seems out of place in the real world and maybe unable to cope with the practicalities of life. He is an academic and only fully happy amongst fellow academics. So, like somebody who likes to think things a lot, it's quite often to the point of like, okay, I've thought about it so hard, it's done, I don't need it anymore. A very smart person there. Excuse me. And there we go. A 7 of Wands comes in. There's a little bit of struggle. Conflicts of all kinds are indicated by this card. The brutal energy of Mars is brought to the power of Leo. Excuse me. Courage in extreme adversity, perseverance against all odds. An ambitious and egotistical nature, pride is a major pitfall. Faith and confidence in one's convictions which will be defined untringingly. This may be a card of the extremist and the fanatic. When poorly aspected, the card can indicate stubbornness and a reluctance to admit defeat, negotiations and competition in business. But what comes out on the end of that is really prosperous. Here we've got the Two of Discs, the Two of Pentacles, right? So this is a card of change and flow. It is the change that brings stability as a gyroscope which holds its position only when spinning. The change is harmonious and may extend from generation to generation. It is continuity through time, a chain of ideas or wealth passing down through the ages. Also indicated is the idea of juggling, keeping many projects up in the air at the same time, perhaps to the extent that resources are stretched too thinly. So you could be coming onto a great deal of knowledge, happy knowledge, happy knowledge that is going to empower you and fire you, give you fire. Don't fall into temptations and keep your focus straight. And we got the Four of Wands there. Ooh, followed by the Four of Cups, followed by the Ace of Wands, followed by the Ten of Discs. So, like, things are looking good for you, Genesis. Things are looking good. There's going to be a little bit of struggle and trial going into that. But ultimately, it's looking good. Oh, good. I still have internet. Oh, my goodness. I thank you for letting me read for you. I thank you even more for the $5 super chats that you threw into the video today. That is amazing. Thank you so much for your generosity. What's your question, Genesis? Yep, give her. Oh, I didn't write those down. Yeah, for sure. What's your question? Okay, I just did a card reading, pulled some cards. Let's specifically ask this question. And you know what? I didn't write down your cards, so I can't even tell you what the story is there. Because I just said it. Let's find out the answer to your question. Will be more of your story. Like, if you rewind just a little bit, that was all for you. All right. Get any job I apply to as soon as possible. See what the cards have to say for you, Genesis. The Prince of Swords came up. So it's going to happen fast. But, ooh. Okay. You've got a lot of really interesting cards that have come up. So the Prince of Swords is heading towards the Seven of Discs, where that's a little bit more like, that's a little bit of a drought situation going on there, which leads into the Empress, which is a coming of yourself, like having that fruitfulness, having the bounty right there. And then the Prince of Wands is another fiery action that's going to lead to some change. Okay, Magician is change, which is going to lead to mastering a craft. Eight of Pentacles is the mastering of the craft, the working towards it, becoming knowledgeable about a specific thing, honing in. So my answer would be for you to really focus on something that you're talented at, that you have skills at, or that you've been to school for. So I wouldn't really push for just any old job. I would push for something that is going to help you honing your skills. But don't be disappointed with the Seven of Discs that comes in, because that's only for a moment. We've got the Empress nice and strong here. So you may have a little bit of disappointment right at the beginning, but it will pay off for you in the end. There will be a fiery change, and the Magician means change, like something is changing, right? Into the Eight of Pentacles, which is mastery. Nine of Discs right underneath that, which is she's like standing there presenting the world that she's created for herself. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. What a great reading that is for you, Genesis. What a great reading indeed. Yeah, the Prince of Swords is the intellectual guy in the court. Strong, silent, intellectual. The Seven of Discs, we're going to have a little bit of setback. But not to worry too badly. So this is a suggestion of a project or action which started well but was not carried through to its natural conclusion. And overcaution may be a restricting factor. But yeah, the Empress is right there. And then another Prince coming in of Wands. Swiftness and strength. He appears to be indecisive, but his ability to appreciate both sides of every argument, which is going to lead to some change. All right. And you're going to come into your own. Oh, Genesis, I hope that resonates for you. I hope that makes some sense. And I am so honored. Thank you for letting me read for you guys today. We are actually right at the end of the reading, you guys. I am sorry I cannot read for you at this moment, but I will be live again on Thursday morning. And available to read for you then. Oh, Genesis, I'm so happy that resonated with you. I am so grateful. Thank you so much for the super chats today. That is fantastic. You are forcing me into learning something new because I want to be able to keep them up at the top of my chat thing. It is an honor and a pleasure to read for you guys. I will try to post a little square somewhere here with a subscribe button and the playlist for the live readings. So you can have a look through and hopefully I will be able to read for you next live stream. I thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I hope your Tuesday is fantastic. And it is an honor and a pleasure to be of service to you, to create and serve. I love doing this. You guys make my life happy. Mwah! Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I love you guys, and I'll see you again on Thursday.